table and address the committee. You have the floor, please.
Warm embrace to everybody. My name is Daniel Vila, and I am the spokesperson for the People's Assembly for Decolonization and Boricua National Sovereignty. A year ago, our Assembly approved Law Number 1 of 2021, through which an indigenous process was established to achieve the restoration of our Puerto Rican national sovereignty. The purpose of this law is as follows: to approve a process of self-determination and restoration of Puerto Rican national sovereignty without external interference of any kind, to put an end to the colonial regime imposed by the United States on the Borinqueño or Puerto Rican archipelago since 1898. This law was the product of multiple assemblies in the public squares of various municipalities, and it took us 6 months to carry out its drafting, correction, and approval. We understand that it is the basis for the establishment of a true process of self-determination and decolonization of our people. What the United States government intends to do at this time with the approval of a plebiscite is a trap for our country, just as it was a trap in 1952 when they forced us under threat to approve the law for the creation of the fictitious Commonwealth, Estado Libre Asociado. The draft bill submitted by Nidia Velázquez and Alejandra Ocasio-Cortez is not going to solve our colonial situation because, among other things, it is totally controlled by the government of that country, and furthermore, because it does not mention the situation of the bankruptcy of the colonial government, nor how the problem of the odious debt that they themselves imposed on us and that they now force us to pay, when in reality it is the responsibility of the United States government, will be resolved. Nor does it mention the more than $6 trillion that the country owes us as a result of the colonial exploitation to which it has subjected us for more than a century. According to a study carried out in 2017 by Dr. Jose Israel Alameda, professor from the University of Puerto Rico in Mayagüez and one of the most prestigious economists in the country. This is the real reason why the U.S. government does not want to comply with the obligations of international law so as not to have to pay that debt. The Assembly opposes this project of the empire to continue controlling our country under a new form of colonialism that includes the possibility of integrating us into the disastrous nation. Even though the political assimilation of our nation into the Yankee Union is unlikely, it is still an attempt by traitors who support this option to keep our people divided. That is why we support the two resolutions presented today by the sovereign national state of Borinquen, so that this full committee submits to the UN Security Council a request for body to initiate the procedures required by the sovereign national state of Borinquen to be admitted as yet another proprietary state by the General Assembly. Thank you so much for your time.
I thank Mr. Daniel Vila for his statement. You may now withdraw. I invite Mr. Eugenio Matias to take a seat at the petitioner's table